That's all I was
Yeah.
asking. I'm not
They got
going
this
nowhere.
option
I'm not
where
doing nothing.
both
I just want to.
his chat and my chat will merge.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's all I was after with that. It's just
But
kind of.
and also,
appreciate you asking.
it'd be good for Miastra to be in this conversation too, because I like talking to Miastra and Prince about this kind of stuff as well.
Nice.
It's okay, like especially with
I'm the same. I agree. You know, obviously the mods and stuff on my stuff was fucking. You know, I think Prince not if not he's gonna be. You know.
Renault, get comfortable. We're gonna be here.
So just a quick refresher for those who don't remember the situation. So Rage After Storm was an intern at UKIP, and most of what she did was she contributed articles, and like would write stuff on the side of UKIP. After her race realism video came out, she ended up having
the race realism.
Yeah,
that's right.
And she had a race realism video. A lot of CB informed me that a lot of her citations came from Nazi racist-ish citations.
Well,
and
okay, the citing. Okay, I brought this up again repeatedly, but citing Henry Ford as a source is a racist National Socialist citing. So specifically, yes, her sources did come from some, contemporary for the time period of the conversation sources. But god damn it, you're taking that a bit out of. Sorry, go ahead, Trez. I'm not really. I could care less either way. It's a citation. If you're going to use it or apply it to something,
if that's where it starts, and that's where it started, so to continue,
Yeah.
Obviously helps bring everyone up to speed.
Well, but the thing about it though is that is where the actual argument started, because that's where that ideology tried to back up its statements at the time. So citing it is relevant to race realism if part of the conversation is the history of race realism, which was part of the fucking video. So I mean, as annoying and unfun a conversation as that is, it's a good place. It's good to start at the beginning in a video presentation. Anyway,
I mean, that was my thought process when I heard this shit. Like, there was nothing wrong with those citations as they were pertaining to the subject at hand.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry, Trez. You were narrating this whole crowd bullshit drama. Please go ahead.
No worries. No, and I agree. For me, I was also, if you're going to use somebody's reference or material or whatever, you should cite it. So I had no issue. But anyway, so that caused a stir with the crowd to where they end up having some debate, and she fucking wiped the floor with his ass, and made him embarrassed him, made him look stupid, and that's when he
fish pregnancies.
That's when he got mad and went on this video thing.
Yeah, and he also made UKIP aware of her channel and leaves together. Now, what was it? According to UKIP, it was they claim that it's not due to her YouTube channel or her videos. Some people still question it, but people like to use like that incident as, oh, well, Kraut got her deplatformed from UKIP. And I'm like, but according to Cog's story, when UKIP told her to leave, like they don't have any place for her, she turned around and said, well, fuck this, I'm out. And I'm like, okay, if that's the case,
she's a pretty girl.
Yeah. If she said fuck this, I'm leaving.
I mean, that's like being fired and just turning around saying, you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah, that is that argument right there, Fritz. No, you didn't fire me. I quit. I'm done.
That's
like you
like
can't
me
make
with my
me
last
say.
job. They pretty much fired me, but I said I quit.
I don't agree. See, like what I'm taking from what Trez has just said, her statement is more like, "Well, fuck you. I'm not going to fight for the alt-right anymore. I'm done." That kind of, I quit.
What
she has put herself out there trying to fight for the rights, and this happens. So she's like, "Oh well, fuck you. I quit." That's how I take it.
It's
I'm
not all right.
trying, Well, you know what I mean. I'm just saying it's not right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, people tried to say that in that instance, in regards to her in her situation with UKIP, she was deplatformed because they didn't want to host any of her articles anymore. Like, that's not deplatforming. It's like it's in a situation where someone's agreed to house you. Like, okay, you can stay in our apartment place, and this somebody says like, hey, this person's shitty, this and that, and the other, and they say, you know what, fucking kick you out, evict you, you're gone. So it's like it's not a deplatforming. It's just they have a right to pick and choose who their journalists essentially or their published their editors are going to be. So it's not a deplatforming. She can go anywhere else, or she can do post up her articles personally. And she also decided to completely wash her hands and leave YouTube. That also, that definitely was not deplatforming.
It's her decision.
Right? Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, there's two separate and competing ideas that are causing a problem here. First off, when you're talking about a political party or a newspaper, you're talking about a publisher. Okay, a publisher gets to curate its own source material because it is liable in the law for what it says. Okay, because of how it's constituted and how it pertains to written and spoken media. So in the case of like embedded video or etc., like that would fall under this, even though the laws weren't written to pertain to that. But you guys get the rough idea. The next thing you have to worry about is a distributor. A distributor is in classic print media what the classified ads are, because you cannot sue a newspaper for the classified ads, because that is a distributor platform. You pay for that and you can say what you want to a certain regard. They do have a terms of service, but this is almost 100-year-old legal judgment, So when you're talking about a political party, they absolutely have the right to curate who they want to write and speak for them, because they are legally liable in anywhere that uses a Western justice system. So that's Canada, Australia, United States, United Kingdom, etc., etc., etc. You have to follow that mindset. A deplatforming is when you have someone who is not liable. So you have like a college or a curator social media site like a Facebook, a Twitter, or a YouTube, Discord. The way these things are set up, they are set up as distributors, not publishers. So they are not legally responsible for what is hosted on them. That is your own speech that you personally are subscribing to. And that's a whole different argument as to whether or not businesses and shit should have access to that material, but that's irrelevant. That does not pertain to this case. So her shutting down her YouTube, you guys both agreed, was not deplatforming because she chose that. Exactly. Right. It's also not deplatforming for a political party or a print published media center or multimedia corp to fire you because they do not want to be liable for what you're saying. So in neither case does it meet the legal standard for what deplatforming usually means. It normally means it normally means you're going to go to a college and speak, or you're going to go to a public civic center and speak, and you lose the right to speak because of pushback from extreme advocates. Typically, unless I'm misunderstanding what the basis of this is.
Moving on.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, moving on.
No, I thought it was good.
That's right.
I'm glad that Miastra and I are like mine.
Well, that's legal. I mean, that's not my opinion. There's no opinion to be given over the legality of what this is, and that's the major issue I see, and it drives me insane. is because people are using arcane legal language and bringing it into common parlance and then subscribing morality to something that we've been building for hundreds of years. I mean, libel in print media has been established since the printing press. Like there's several very famous international incidents that occurred in Europe over printed, scuttlebutt between kings, throwing bitch fits in the 1700s. Like this is important historical, steps to how we got to where we are. And I mean, it's an opinion, and I think it's scummy that Kraut fucking wrote a political party, but in no way did he cause her to be deplatformed. It's parsed, but it's the only answer I can draw.
It may have been his intention.
Oh yeah, no, I don't wish to subscribe.
The outcome was the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He got her off of UKIP, and then she decided that she wanted nothing to do with the internet.
So you can't call it deplatforming, but you can.
It's social justice bullshit. Exactly I'm gonna call corporate until they fire you. That's what that is. Yeah. I mean, it's not as horrible as everyone's presenting it as being. So
for me, words matter when you're trying to narrate the story. So when someone uses the word deplatforming, I'm like, no, that wasn't deplatforming.
I mean, okay.
Using the word deplatform is to try to create or elicit a certain emotion of anger towards the opposing party.
I'm just saying what he attempted was what you would call it if like you said, it was a platform rather than a publisher, or in this case, the political party.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I mean, it's not that, it's a very subtle, but it is a huge distinction, because, for example, you can sue, anybody remember the Tom Selleck lawsuits against National Enquirer, right, for saying he was gay in, like, the 80s and 90s? I know I'm showing my age here, but it's relevant to the conversation.
I know, I do remember the whole Tom Selleck is gay, but I do not know that there was a lawsuit.
Oh yeah, no, he successfully sued, and it was abridged up to 5th or 7th Division Circuit Court, and it was determined that those publications and newspapers do qualify as curated publishers. Therefore, you can actually sue them specifically. And that was a very important case, because Tom Selleck wasn't the only public figure that had been smeared by that particular venue of trash, gossip papers. And that's why I'm bringing it up, because there's a very subtle...
Going off on a tangent...
Sure.
Miastra, you just brought up that Tom Selleck thing in the lawsuit, and look at gay, blah blah blah, and obviously he's won, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, he won back in 87.
Why is it that the mainstream media is now calling everyone, right, and the rest of us is cut off with money? Why can't we use the same thing that he did to destroy the media for what they're doing now? That's what I don't understand.
There's nothing stopping it. If you want to put forward the money and claim that you're in a grief suit, you're injured, you're the injurious party, you can sue. It doesn't mean you'll win, and it doesn't mean that a judge will say he'll hear it. But you at any point can decide to go sue under these grounds. I would caution, though, because you might very quickly become... what's her name, the Obama birth certificate lawyer that got censured by the California court for filing malicious repeated suits. But you can do it. Like, you can do it over and over and over again until you're held in contempt for
no, I'm just saying, like, there are some people out there that have got some money behind them. And I'm wondering, why aren't they challenging this?
Because they've done the cost-benefit analysis, likelihood of winning versus likelihood of losing, and the detriment of losing. Because if you lose, it's not just that you lose the ability to sue. You also substantiate through judgment into law. This is the obnoxious part with activist judges that both the so-called right and so-called left bitch about, but they do the same thing when they're in power. So I mean, it is.
Well, yeah, it was just a tangent. I was just curious because I'm thinking, Jesus, we could win. Some of these people could win and say, no, we're not Nazis.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, you'd have to prove that they said it with malicious intent. You'd have to meet that threshold. You'd also have to prove that it cost you significant monetary damage for it to be counted. And then there would be an associated judgment with it. And it's long and tedious, and most people determine it's not worth their time or effort to do. I mean, anyone can do
more money
it.
to go into it than it is to
then you could possibly get a resolution.
Right.
A good example, I'd say, like Roseanne Barr incident. She does not have the financial means to go, because like her battle would be a hard uphill battle and it would take a long time. I don't think she would have the financial sustain for that. Who's another good one? Tim Allen with his kind of boot from Hollywood. I believe the money's there financially, but not enough to where it would. Because of his show and his stance and his beliefs, they got rid of Last Man Standing. And because he came out as conservative, he talked on Jimmy Kimmel about like a bit of this SJW stuff. Yeah.
The exact quote that got him banned is, "Being a conservative in this town is a little dangerous because there are witch hunts around here," and everyone decided not to work with him, which was meant.
Yeah, that phone don't ring.
That's true.
Damn, I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, he's right up there with
what was going on.
Sorry, go ahead, Tris.
Go ahead. I was gonna say because all this is going on, James Woods retired.
James Woods did, because
he got. Retired.
No, he got hit with the major shiza too, and he just decided to outright retire because he's old enough and wealthy enough to do so, because he doesn't have a lot of hookers and cocaine stories, so he's got most of his funds taken care of. I mean, still though.
Because had he stayed in Hollywood, he would not be allowed to make the tweets that he makes today.
Yep. I mean, it's not like you're going to attack his legacy videos because those make too much money. You're just instead going to moralize about this, that, or the next. But yeah, no, I mean, he's at least allowed to say what he wants to say and not get screwed.
Just sucks.
Yep.
Continue on. We got the Trez, you're saying Reg, and then wasn't deplatformed, crowd got angry, made videos. Right, doesn't understand. And I know we're leading on the whole drama thing, aren't we? You're telling me everything that's going on, where it started, and it started with this. Go on.
I would definitely have to say, as when it came with all this, the whole drama of the internet, I also would put that the catalyst was the Rage After Storm, because it splintered off to Tree of Logic and Rage wanted to debate some black guy and whoever I was choosing. I think some black guy was picking Kraut, and then some black guy kind of bailed. It's slowly, everything started to splinter off if you look at it. If you're autistic enough to like look at all the different pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But because I mean, like, where's Tree of Logic now?
I don't know. I did follow her for a while.
She got banned from Twitter, and I think she stopped doing those.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the last little bit of gasping I heard from Tree, to answer your question, was the Candace Owens doxing site, Social Autopsy.
No, that's when she was still likable, but she further kind of went down this rabbit hole of, I have to use the word, alt-rightish.
Oh boy.
Got harder and harder into that side, where it's like she lost a lot of her fan base.
Yeah, Molyneux.
And a lot of the people who associated with her.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry. What you sorry. We were talking over.
Oh no, I was like there was a tree was close friends with ABL. He doesn't bring her up at all.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why I still don't get why Soygon and Kraut decided to target those people in general. You signal boosted that response, and I guess a lot of people decided to go down that route. Good for you. I mean, I will argue the fact that there is a good bit of fact in their race realism argument, but you're talking from a genetic standpoint. No,
Absolutely.
let me finish, please. Let me finish. You're talking from a genetic standpoint. Humans are one of the few creatures on the planet that are so genetically overlapping that within a generation or two we develop unhealthy birth defects if we inbreed. Most other species don't have that. Therefore, they're all superficial for the most part. Like, there's very few things that matter. Like, I need to know this, this, and this, so that way I know I'm at risk for cardiac problems and this particular type of cancer. Same thing for Prince and Trez. Like, for certain specific diseases, it matters. Besides that, what are you getting at? I don't see the reason to bang that drum. Yes, you have a right to say it, but what reason are you bringing it up for? Like, again, I still don't understand, like, the reason to die on that hill. Unless it's the fact that I need to be
I think
able
the
to
reason Stephen Molyneux hit them is due with intelligence level when we bring in migrants, you know, from third world countries. I think that's where it's going. Not so much, you know, black and white. It's
the level of intelligence variant across.
Has.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, to that
I think
argument,
that he expanded on it more than what the other lady did. She was probably going more for race, you know. Black and white. So I think that's where it is, and I do agree that, you know, you look at a lot of these fucking, you guys must be dumb cunts. There must be something genetically wrong.
Well, I mean,
not all, but
yeah, no, there is unfortunately again something to average IQ level. The U.S. correct me if I'm wrong, Trez, but the U.S. military has a minimum requirement of 75, I think.
It all depends upon the branch.
Okay, but that is still a thing where we do have mandatory minimum IQ level, right?
Yeah. Man, I might lower that to let other people in.
So
the thing's like, okay, you have to look at it as like I think was it when it came to Rage, she broke down all the different scientific portion to the different races, like the fact that if anatomy wise. People with African descent, if you were to look at the muscle spindle fibers, black folks are generally they're longer, they're much stretchier, which makes us be a bit more flexible. Like this, where we can run faster, jump higher.
Yeah, that's why black men can jump, white men can't jump.
By saying any of that, it's just that there are physical differences in race.
Yeah, minor variant differences. So but she broke it down to what the minor variants were, which is factually accurate. Like, arguing against biology or.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they went deep because that's like after the Rage After Storm doxing call. Wasn't that when Kraut started his like target server Discord gay op bullshit, Trez?
Yes. I don't know if I want to call it a doxing server per se.
Okay. Well, that's what Medicare
called it,
so excuse me.
Yeah. I was like,
I still don't know if it was a doxing server, or if it was just targets, you know, for videos and, you know, that kind of stuff.
So, there's a lot of allegations. Yeah, because like you have the allegations.
I do see screenshots of, you know, trying to make up a fake person and go and do shit, and it's like, if that's real, then that's pretty bad. But then you don't know if half of this stuff is just real or made up. I wasn't there.
Yeah. There's allegations that Aiden Paladin's personal info is in there, like her, pictures that she's posted online, I think like her personal Facebook. And then of course naturally there's allegations that Coach Red Pill information was in there. Now, of course, is it Coach Red Pill is actually a public figure, so
yeah. No, he's a public figure, and I will to this day claim that all this bullshit that he's been doing, he's very good at, because he did it to make a publicity thing to get subs, and now he's at 100 plus K subs. I found his information within 5 minutes of Googling. So I know he wasn't doxxed, and he was just playing that angle to get the subs, which is fine. Kudos to him. He knows how to play the publicity game and get out there and get recognised, and he's got his reward for it. Over 100K subs, so he's got his blood.
He caters to the harder right side, also, and when they are the type that like they spread the word around, like, hey, you want to check this person out. Like, so they have a very.
Don't get me wrong. I've got nothing against the guy. He's, when I watched his videos, he was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the way he did things. I've got nothing against him personally. I'm just calling it as I see it. He's a smart guy that's played the YouTube game and won. Yeah. So well done. Kudos to you. But I'm not going to stand behind and go, oh, yeah, he was doxxed, that poor fella. No, you weren't doxxed, mate. You played the game and you won. Well done.
Honestly, when it comes to the growth, he's got high numbers. JF has high numbers. And also...
Yeah, JF I enjoy too.
And the thing is, like, if you're into the political aspect genre, choosing to be on the right side does help the pockets. Just an observation. They are the bigger spenders.
Yeah, I noticed that. They're the ones that usually go out and work. I mean, let's be honest. The left want handouts, so they don't really have that much money.
Very true.
Not most of them. You get tops.
Well, I'm talking about the loudmouth lefts, the Riley did. Seen it. But, Hollywood types, they've got money that they're not going to spend it.
The government.
They're not going to donate to you.
The government to be the big babysitter.
Well, this is what I was postulating earlier with left as religion, where the government's more than the babysitter. It's a pseudo deity. It's a living God. And it's like, okay, let's take it to video game fiction silly. So a lot of people claim that Warhammer 40K is a fascist humanist government. It's not. It's actually authoritarian leftism, because it's completely communistic. You don't have a choice. You're doing this for this and this. And the thing about the Empire is that by having a pseudo living deity, think mummification of Lenin, in this particular case, think of the state, especially the federal government and the ideation of like notorious Ruth Bader Ginsburg. What you're looking at though is more like a living dietic caste, and it alleviates all of the ails of leaving behind a million plus years of mysticism and spirituality from not understanding nature and other experiences. I mean, we've only had written language for about 10,000 years. And, everything before that's oral tradition, and a lot of it is mumbo jumbo by our viewpoint. But hey, how else are you going to explain what a lightning storm is, or a solar flare where that kills magic. Everything? Yeah, that's magic, clearly. But those are acts of God. So you take that part of your spirit that you're not healthy with, and you instead turn that that ideology into a theology. And I think that's what we're experiencing. And that's why I brought up that it's actual evangelical behavior. They are proselytizing their faith. You know, it is not an action that is making fun of that particular sect of religion, that is describing the actual what they're doing functionally, because it is a religious experience when they're jumping around and flailing all over the place and speaking in tongues as they're howling at the sky. I mean, what else is that, unless I'm mistaken? I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my thought on that.
What was it?
Okay, sorry.
Hold on a second. Small.
Dead air. Yep. Sorry about that. But no, it's just, I mean, getting back to the drama conversation that we keep getting distracted from. Like, I don't know if it was a doxing server or not. That's how it's been presented, to answer your question, Sue. As far as that goes, like, Kraut went off the internet after that and a big apology tour before he disappeared, and now he's back, and a bunch of people are saying he didn't do nothing, and along with Matt saying he didn't do nothing. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing he did when he came back was celebrate Medicare getting, was it Twitter or getting a strike on?
I think he got yet another strike to one of his channels. You know, for something. It's malicious striking, you know, but yeah, it's that nonsense. He said mean words on the internet, you know, which are now illegal in Michigan. Fucking morons. What are they doing?
Cause all I remember was the next thing was Medicare had a video up saying somebody drunk him. He had 3 guesses who it was, which was Kraut, another furry community, and so.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the usual suspects with Kraut. It was Uzulu and Kraut and Mundane Matt, and you know the guy who ran Kraut's server, whatever it was. You know, they're sitting there in a live stream. There's that one where Kraut was celebrating, and there was another one where Matt was on stream saying that he didn't do anything, and it's all fake news.
Yeah.
We're talking about my name, Matt.
Yeah.
And then Marshmallow replied back, yeah, look at these screenshots. I'm pretty sure 3+ videos have been brought down because of your idiocy, so.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there was also more like gay ops after the fact where they're trying to say like Ralph Report did something and like Davina Shitrat can't even fucking have the right screenshots of their video. I mean, it's a giant shit show. Oh my god.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, alright, so that story was, and I'm gonna lose allegedly because even though I'm in Ralph's Discord server, I don't watch it that closely. That shit rat and Sargon's people went into the first Spike Club Ralph's Discord. And they posted some stuff and they alerted Discord, so in which response Discord completely shut down Ethan Ralph's server. And
see, that kind of shit pisses me off. Why do people have to do that?
They threw a bunch of fucked up shit in his server and then reported him so he can get. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's choosing to engage in.
There are no bad tactics, just bad targets, and that mindset is fucked.
I said, weaponizing hate speech so that you can get rid of whatever you don't like.
Well, it's that mindset.
It's more than that. They could have thrown in illegal shit like fucking out CP or something, and did the same shit. Not so much hate speech, but like just blatant fucking sabotage.
Well, yeah. So's Soygon getting on Twitter, adding the FBI that someone's coming to go and do something terrible when they're in the United States. Like, that's shit happening with Warski. I need a second, guys. I'll be back.
I can't remember. Was it Sargon that also reported Warski, or is it somebody else?
That was that. That was Sargon.
Yeah, no, what do you know what happened with the whole Kumite and the fight in Warski, and, you know?
Oh, what happened with the whole Warski and the Kumite?
And then the Warski and Kumite, and then the Ralph and the Kumite. It's like, fucking what? You know, everything was fine and everyone was happy, and the next thing you know, fucking, you know, there's wars on, and we're gonna.
Yeah, apparently they got
I don't
inspired
understand
by
what's going on.
Okay.
Jake and Logan Paul having their boxing match, and they had somehow, that's for some reason, got beat. I don't know what the fuck they were fighting about, but yeah.
Okay, then why don't you be quiet then? I'm messing with you.
Go ahead. Fill in the blanks. I was just.
I will be happy to fill in the blanks. All right, so first you had like the anticipated Bloodapalooza of the Kumite, which was supposed to be Medicare versus the Badger Radio people. And was it Warski was supposed to go up against Sofane? And anyway, the show was a complete disaster. Yeah, they showed up, but like it was terrible.
Intro, it was funny.
Yeah, they had a funny
it wasn't
intro.
A fight, it's just a
Oh.
What
I remember
it was really boring after the intro.
Yeah, it was terrible.
No, well, this is what I mean. Like I see that, and then I'm thinking, okay, well, everything's just, you know, it's all fake shit and shits and giggles. Excellent, you know, and no one's hating each other. But then that turned quickly.
Yeah. So what was it? So Bloodapalooza went to crap, and people kind of they bit jokes on the Kumite about Bloodapalooza. But in comes in beef with Zoom Joaquim in the backyard blood sports. Like when blood sports became a popular term, and everybody had their own little show. So you had the Kumite, you had the Warski's night show, Baked Alaska's format. Then you had then came upon the backyard blood sports. Tonka had issues with Diogenes, who was on that show, and issues with Zoom, and at that time also Joaquin. Tonka and Joaquin's relationship, fucking weird, on and off shit.
Love-hate relationship, ain't it?
Yeah, because like 1 minute they're cool, the next minute they're falling out, the next minute it's fucking weird. It's like, okay, you guys.
On the show, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah. So fucking anyway. Backyard Blood Sports had it out with the Kumite. So Medicare was like, you know what? I'm going to host a fucking. I'm gonna host the Sunday Fun Day where we have Kumite, which at that time became Tonka Failure and Warski, because it was on Warski's channel.
Yeah.
Ethan Ralph was invited to kind of help be the mediator because he started the kill stream, which was his own blood sports style.
Yeah.
Because it did kill stream started out as the blood sports, and essentially Zoom and Diogenes. Well, was it in that? Mostly people made fun of Zoom, who was a sick freak, but at the same time, people cracked jokes on Tonka, and then like Tonka's image was shown on the stream. Yeah. Then what was it? Months go. Time goes by. Can't give you exact timeline, but
No, that's fine. It's just a general overview. It's like some things I've seen, some I haven't. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, no one has done anything personally to me. So, you know, I'm not gonna attack anyone. But except Monday Matt, he's a fucking cunt.
Well, time goes on, and fucking who the fuck happened? It was Sargon goes on to Ethan's show, even though those two have had a history of hating each other. Sargon ends up making an ass out of himself. Jim calls him on it, makes a video, so then Sargon retaliates and makes a Hi Jim video, which kind of seemed like he was digging into the Kiwi farms for that shit.
And I'm thinking to myself, this is the most stupid made Sargon. He's a smart guy. But that was silly, because you know Jim's going to fucking pull that apart.
Yeah. So, naturally, Medicare following is always going to be bigger and much more lethal in humor and shit show than freaking Sargonites. Yes, I'm going to call retards
and I noticed Medicare is very smart with always saying things like, allegedly, so I heard, it's been rumored, you know, I can't validate this, I can't verify, but, and it's like, always add stuff like that. And I think you're a fucking smart cunt, because it doesn't matter what you get charged with or someone points the finger, you can say, no, I said, I didn't say that was fact.
I mean, he always says what he can prove as fact, but what he conjectures, he makes sure.
So I don't know what these two are up to, but this log says, and it's like fucking clever.
So people were giving Sargon shit about the gym pre-stream whatever, and having personal information, calling a piece of shit doxer. Tonka tried to defend Sargon for some weird reason with retaliation, like, Jim has a stream where he's showing people's faces, and nobody calls him a doxer, but Sargon creates a "Hello Jim" video, and every people are crucifying him, and everyone goes, "Stop! When the fuck did Medicare dox anybody?" Tonka refers back to the big what the fuck was it called? Blood Apocalypse or some shit stream where it was the Backyard Blood Sports people and the Kumite. So referred to that stream where he said Tonka accused Medicare of allowing his docs to be played and displayed on the stream where it shows.
Did he show his own face? Oh yeah.
No, Zoom did a video. It showed Tonka's face.
Yeah, I remember that.
Somebody asked Failure, "Is that Tonka?" Failure said, "Yeah, that's Tonka." He confirmed. What was it?
Yep.
Or no. Before that, there's a picture of Tonka where Failure had owned up to, like, yeah, that's his face. What the fuck? But Medicare also stated before the stream took place, if you guys see any doxing or personal information, because I didn't get a chance to review every single little video you guys sent me, call it, we'll stop it, and I'll shut down the stream. That's what he said. Everyone heard that. And Tonka, Tonka stayed quiet throughout the entire thing, but then bitches about it later. So, because of that claim that was posted on Twitter from Tonka, here comes in Cog with the like, didn't Medicare say, like, anytime, blah blah blah, and Tonka quickly goes to Cog saying, shut the fuck up, stay out of this fight. So boom, that kind of started the catalyst of Cog and Tonka separate. Falling out. But again, that was the level of tribalism. If you don't agree or think Tonka's right all the time in every argument, his friend.
The animals suffered.
Yeah, that was the shit with Cog and Tonka. Only just about Broski.
That is beyond instinct.
Yeah. Yeah, the broski
Now it
cancer
is we
thing.
who must bend
That,
and bow like saplings
yeah,
before the
that
seaborn
definitely
dead.
strained some
The
relationships.
firstborn of the kingdom of
Um.
Calm greeted us
So let's
this
see.
day.
So.
The firstborn of the kingdom of Calm.
So yeah, that was what was it? The
Even our
Kumite
children are not spared
started
black
the
spirits.
entertainment level, and there's all the drama shit. Everything started falling downhill,
We look to Calm.
and we started noticing,
Our king
hey,
will
we're
lay
not
the
seeing
spirit
Gulf
of
City that
despair
much anymore.
at
Seeing a
peace.
whole lot less of Ghastly, not seeing a whole lot of AP.
Hmm.
Well, then they're off quietly having their own drama that eventually blew up, and now
Did they fall
everybody knows
out?
about it. Yes.
I thought they
Yeah.
were best mates.
Those two,
They
well,
were.
yeah, they've
Oh,
been friends
okay.
like since middle school, but now
For
they are no
life or
longer
something.
friends.
Yeah.
No, they're no longer friends anymore.
That shit was quiet as
That
fuck. 'Cause,
sucks.
we knew nothing about what the fuck was going on until AP finally said shit about it. And it was like a limited shit at that.
Yeah, AP got a little too drunk and mouth got really loose,
Right.
and not to mention, he blew up in the Gulf City Discord.
That sucks.
Yeah, so.
No longer, no more blue whale.
Oh no, people still hail the whale. It's just now that those two are
Okay.
separated, it's not the same anymore.
No,
Like,
the dynamics changed.
yeah, I watched the Blunt stream. AP's funny, but it's one of those things. It's like y'all need each other. Like y'all
Yeah, they
are
were
freaking
mates,
Yeah,
frat.
it bounces off.
They played
it
off of each
bounces
other.
off of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, was it from? I watch Ghastly from time to time, and yeah, he's dry without AP.
Yeah, it's
Because-
off good cop, bad cop type.
Yeah, in the situation, like, Ghastly's always the straight man situation. AP's the comedy. That's how it always seemed to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or more so, I was like,
Oh.
I hope they don't take this badly, but all right, I would put AP, like AP was Chris Farley, and Castley to be his David Spade.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they have their funny
Yeah,
moments
no.
separately, but come on, but together, fucking is dynamic force.
Yeah. Do we know exactly what happened and if there's a way that they can fix it?
Oh no! With all the shit that's been said and done, that bridge has been
They
burned.
burned that shit down.
Cause like
Mm.
family name slinging and family members, potshot that family members was involved in it.
Quality shit festing. Where
At its highest quality.
I hate when
And
good things, really good people and good things die.
agreed.
I know nothing of this drama, so that's part of why I've been quiet, because
Like I said, I
Why?
knew bits and pieces of it. Like I didn't know
Just
the
sitting there, just
entire
like,
thing.
What?
I didn't know the entire thing from beginning to end. I just kind of like I would catch little shit off the back, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'll be honest, when it comes to the Sargon shit rat stuff or Sharat, I don't know that, like, I don't know, I don't watch that stuff too closely, just because like that shit start giving you a fucking headache. I mean,
I'll be honest. I completely cut off on the shit that Sargon does, because like I used to watch his shit. I used to be a fan. I'm not gonna admit that, but no longer. So I don't actually.
never been a fan.
Yeah, but I
was.
just don't keep up with his stuff anymore.
The thing for me was the smugly chuckles. Before like that meme even got
Yeah, that's
started.
funny.
Yeah, it is. There was something about the attitude that's part of why I stopped following him, and now I just find it hilarious. Like, because to me, it's just, it seems like you got a taste of what you wanted, and now you're going to try to abuse what you have because it's not progressing. You know, I don't understand his motivations for what he's doing when he's basically acting in a way that, you know, Sargon of 4 years ago would just ridicule with beyond measure for. Like, what are you doing? This is ridiculous. I don't know. I do find it funny though, because like the whole thing with Kraut coming back is I think part of the whole Sargon debacle stupidity. You know, because I mean, realistically, it does feel like Sargon is trying to marshal the soldiers and see what he can influence as an influencer, and I don't think that's going to go well. Like, every public interaction the guy's had, it's just been terrible. The Ethan Ralph thing with Gay Brigade too, I could respect it for at least trying to come up with an idea, but yeah, there's no way that fucking gonna bring that shit up.
Trying to come up with something.
No, I would have told that to my closest friends first. Like, look, let me run this by you.
Yeah, well,
because I'd have been like, dude, that's fucking stupid. Don't bring it to nobody's attention. You will get laughed. You're off the damn internet. Like,
I don't think he has those kind of friends. I think he has friends that would just tell him, "That's a great idea. You should tell everyone." And that's why we have this.
Yeah, yes, men.
Well, I can't understand V's perspective when supposedly it's really disturbing to Sargon for people to joke about his kid, and understandably so. He lost one. I get that, but then why is V tweeting people to say as many dead baby jokes as you fucking can? What's that about? Like, V, what are you doing? Like that's really like
he was trying to point out the stupidity of it to Jim, and I know Jim picked up on it, but didn't play along with the game. He just twisted it back and said, "Why are you doing that? Why would you tweet that out?"
Well, I take that mindset because Sargon has used the argument, especially with his with the Thunderfoot controversy that Sargon got into in like 2014, 2016-ish. You know, that whole cringy Dr. Mason video he did, is that you're allowed to joke about anything because that's the nature of comedy. And
I get that, you know, I understand that, but me personally, I'm not going to joke about someone's dead kid. That's
neither am I, but I think a lot of people that are frustrated with Sargon are using that because those are his own words.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's off the table. I mean, like, now is it my moral taste to where I would find it funny? Probably not. But once you set a line, that line can get moved.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, all these jokes are acceptable, but dead babies. Okay, well, why is it wrong to make jokes about dead babies? Oh, because it's, you know, wrong, this, that. Okay, well, no more jokes about black people. I want no more jokes about gays.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I'm the same. You know, they what? Don't. I'm saying, me personally, I wouldn't. You know, and I'm not saying I wouldn't make a dead baby joke, but if it's someone that's had, you know, like you had a baby and it died, I wouldn't do that just out of respect for you.
Well, and I get that that's what V's asking for, but I mean,
I'm not saying it's not off the table.
No, I'm not either.
I mean, I've made dead baby jokes. I mean, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, so far,
you know, somebody that just lost.
What sits in a corner? You know, what sits in a corner and is red and gets smaller and smaller? A baby with caterpillar. You know, it's stupid, silly jokes. But I wouldn't be making it about Sargon's baby. Not good. You know, I know the guy in real life. I just, no, not me.
Ralph made a tweet or something towards Sargon's dead baby,
and
he did.
Dead baby jokes, and I'm not going to go off at Ralph for it. You know, it's his choice.
He apologized for it. He's like, I said that out of anger. I went too far and this and that. And I respect that. But at the same time, it's like, you can't say free speech, nothing should be off the table, and then feel like you should censor yourself for a joke or for somebody else's feelings. If they choose to take offense to it, they do. You just have to
Yeah.
deal with the blowback or the outcome that follows. Simple as that.
I mean, given that he said it out of anger and hate, and he
know.
apologized for it. I can respect it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between saying something's in bad taste and saying something shouldn't be said.
Yeah.
I mean, you used to be able to quite clearly make that distinction, and now that distinction is mostly gone. I can find the joking about Sargon's kid in bad taste, but I don't want it censored in any way. I just think it's a kind of a shitty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say somebody. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that you can't or you shouldn't say it because.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're a dick for saying it. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't have said it, but because you can say what the fuck you want, but you're being a dick for saying it.
But I mean, considering the bad blood there, like, I don't see the reason that V would provoke it. I mean, and then moralize on top of it. It's like, you know what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to flaunt it at you, just to flaunt it at you. And if you say anything negative about it, they're going to use your words against you. So be the bigger person and just suck it up and realize that it's your argument of speech is speech, and it's not,
I mean, the way I took it was, V's just like, yeah, that's a good idea, Jim. Why don't you tell jokes about his baby? What a great idea. Aren't you a smart person? Let's see how many people get all your fans to do it. Just like a sarcasm type thing. And I know Jim would have picked up on that. He's smart enough.
Oh, he did.
Also smart.
It was obvious he did.
In his video, which he did.
Yeah.
So I can see why V did it, but he shouldn't have done it. He should have. It's like, playing 4D chess with Jim. He's going to fucking do it. You should be thinking ahead. You should be thinking, okay, I shouldn't say that because Jim could do this.
Well, they were already having their little chess on Twitter back and forth. It was like trying to watch two people play chicken on Twitter. And it was Medicare was saying some shit at V was saying shit back at Medicare, and antagonizing to get people to say certain shit that is going to end up getting them kicked off of Twitter.
That's right. Yeah.
I think V was the first one to pull the wheel.
I've been meaning to ask. I probably. I'm most likely talked about this earlier. But why was it that V was paying for porn again?
Because
why was what?
He was paying to be okay. So in the gay ops that was occurring, it came out that V was spreading his Twitter shit in the Shotokan Discord that he paid to be in. Shotokan is male lolicon.
Yeah.
So because other people in there got annoyed that he was spreading his personal beef, they put it on Twitter or in other social media. It's like, do you realize that V's doing this because it's the same V at V, and V's like, yeah, Shotokan's great. And it's a whole bunch of like reverse rape shit, which in that genre, that's a bunch of chicks raping little boys. So
yeah,
great, go V. Like that's what you're paying for. Well done.
Lollipop.
No, Shotokan. Shotokan is male lollipop, but there's a difference.
Whatever. I used it in my fucking episode anyway. Just for the article.
Yeah, just for the article. But yeah, no, he actually pays for that privilege, I guess, because he hasn't realized that Bing is a better porn search engine. I guess, whatever, dude.
But honestly, I think that was stupid on them because if someone decided to, Lolicon and Shotokan is against the TOS of Discord.
Oh, I know.
And their entire server could end up being shut the fuck down.
I have no idea if it is or isn't, but I mean, just the fact that he was spreading around their crap in a pay-for-porn server. I think was more of the thing of I'll nuke this one of many pay for porn applications that exist on the internet, just to say, what are you doing, you moron? Why are you posting this here, you dipshit? I mean, because he was trolling the audience, like,
hands in the chat.
Oh yeah, there's still another debate. Two people I want to get into a ring and have a debate, and that is Sinatra Says and Omegon. And because what was it? Omegon is a lolicon didn't do, and Sinatra is
Omegon. Huh? I call him Amigan. You say Omegon, not Amigan. It's really interesting. Anyway, so yeah, Omegon is against lollipop completely.
No. He's for lolly porn.
What?
Oh, okay.
He put out a video. I can't even remember the subject, but when it comes to it, his stance is that lolicon is not child porn, and it should be allowed. Whereas Sinatra, his stance is lolicon is child porn, it should not be allowed. So it's like I would love to get those two, to do a stream together and have that debate.
No, get the Kumite. Contact Tonka, quick.
No, I want it to be a good show. And also Tonka and Sinatra are on bad terms with each other. So, supposedly, Tonka... Yeah. The Tonka, or some people on the Twitter, it's some people on from the Kumite, and either on Tonka's behalf or something, attack Sinatra.
Yeah, all the people that used to be cool with Tonka back in the day just slowly fell out.
Tonka only has Schmeckel left, and what the fuck does that say?
Failure.
And
failure, the only one's left.
Yeah.
And Vamp.
Vamp came up later.
Is Vamp still around?
Vamp's still around, but see, okay, Vamp is a gamer. She's not really a social commentator. She wasn't part of the genre or whatever.
And she came up later after the other guys left because he needed to fill spots, and she he wanted to get that. Or I don't know how that goes.
No, she's always been there as the background quiet producer that helped do all the effects and shit for the show.
Right. I mean, she was never front and center. That's what I meant. She was never on the show.
Sam says, "Retros, how are you? Good holidays?"
Ew, Sam. I'm doing good. Yeah, holidays were awesome. How about yourself?
Did you just put a Sam accent on?
No, I just...
She's drinking and confused. I don't think,
I'm a bit, yeah,
Sorry.
I don't, okay, I said, I'll be flat straight out like this. I don't think you're a bad person, Sam, but you talk too much for me. It's like...
Oh, it's been quite a while since I've talked to Sam. Like I've seen her in chat for the few times we streamed, and in Discord a couple times, but I haven't actually had a conversation with her.
I've been in a few VCs with Sam, and she's hopped on stream. Like I said, I don't think she's a bad person. Me and her personalities, like I just can't click with her. Like my personality just, we don't attract, we repel, like magnets. Like I just it's hard for. I'm like, man, I'm trying to be nice, but it's like at the same time I feel fake. Like I'm faking it. And it's like, fuck, I can't do it.
Now, be nice, ladies. Goodness gracious.
Well, I am being nice. I'm just brutally honest though with it.
I like how the neutral option is who is Sam.
Oh my goodness. Going back to Path of Exile. I'll let you two call each other apart.
Laying low.
Nope.
Don't come into my DMs.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting involved in chick bullshit. Y'all have fun. Fuck that. Oh man.
No, like I said, it's like I got nothing. I have no ill will towards her. She's never pissed me off or anything like that. I think she's a sweetheart, but it's just for me, it's like, damn. Stop talking.
Her response is, Trez, I do not think you are a bad person either, but I think you're a cold, bushy, and I don't care for you either.
Cool. Awesome.
Great, so now they're set up to go out for tea. Awesome. I do not understand how chicks interact. I don't get that. It's like, hi, I openly hate and despise you. Yes, your hair looks dumb too. And then there's like working together on something. What the fuck?
And I will say this. Thank you so much for the compliment. I also agree that I like to be cold and pushy. That's just part of my personality.
Now they're all set. They're on the same table and silently stare at each other while they drink their coffee.
Well, thank God for that at least. Could you imagine table conversations if they weren't quiet?
Fake pleasantries.
Yes, without
like,
the fake pleasantries.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm just not type to do fake pleasantries. I speak my piece and then I'm like, all right, let's roll.
I respect you as a mod, but I honestly wouldn't trust you as a brother.
I mean, that does work in a great many places, Trez, but there's still a couple of times where it's not worth it. It's like, here you go. You know, I'll pretend to be nice for someone else's sake. I'm thinking of a wedding in particular I went to where I suffered through 2 hours of someone's general life vicinity to mine because someone else was getting married. And I was like, fine, I won't start a fight, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Miastra, I was doing good at not starting a fight and being pleasant by not saying anything until somebody said, hi, Trez! Fuck. Nothing.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm agreeing with your mindset entirely.
Fuck, now I have to acknowledge that fucking was like...
What woman? I'm agreeing with your entire view.
So blame suit, okay?
Blame suit. Hashtag blame suit.
But no, that's not the hashtag though.
Octothorpe.
Okay, you know. Okay, I'll say this.
It's not like I started a poll or anything.
No, she. You know, you started where two women end up taking pot shots, and you know, on my level, I'm not even gonna retaliate with that. I'm just gonna be like, okay, Sam, let's sigh.
Lay sigh, lay yawn, lay bored.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, but there's been a I don't know. If you want pure giggle suit, go check out the Medicare Gay Ops Are Eternal stream, because that one is fucking just a riot, and it covers a lot of the bases of who did what stupid faggotry to whom where, and it is kind of eternal nonsense. The newest one being pushed is that apparently Ethan, Ralph, Keemstar, the rest of them, all somehow are spreading fake news and doctored information of what Matt shared on that Ralph retort. So
wow.
Yep.
The fucking Olympics on that shit.
Nope. That was the takeaway from Mundane Matt and Shirati, you know, Davina's crowd's stream, is the fact that that's all fake news. That's all doctored information. Monday Matt didn't do nothing. He's innocent, and he's.
How do you doctor that from a live stream?
I don't know. They must be amazing hackers. Like, I've heard of hackers as good as this recently, actually. So I mean, they're abundant apparently, because it is that level of stupid. I mean, Mundane Matt had the gall to say he didn't do anything. He never took any channel down. He didn't do anything to dominate pesos to any of these people. It's all lies. What you saw on the Ralph retort wasn't real. That's all doctored information.
Real quick, Miastra, you're up. Give the man a kill.
Give what?
Yeah, that's a little bit disturbing, Peter.
Yeah. You were rolled to give Peter clothes, so. But yeah, he did completely deny that he himself showed the evidence that he's a false flagging fuck, and yeah, I don't know how.
The dude's not gonna be able to save his channel.
Oh yeah,
and by doing this, it's like, you know, it got to a point where you were having a slow bleed out. It was going down to a trickle. And you just had to say something to where now you reopened the wound. Just keep watching those fucking numbers.
Not only that, from that time, he has did everything wrong to completely kill himself. From saying he'll take some time off, and then a day later throw out like 3 videos unrelated to the subject, and then try to
that's what pissed everyone off was.
Yeah,
it was 5 videos, not as normal 3.
Yeah. Oh, and then apologizing on Reddit, right?
No, Tumblr. It was Tumblr apology.
Tumblr, right?
Yeah.
He fucking
Tumblr apology.
on Tumblr.
Written Tumblr apology. Yeah, that part was glorious.
And then took it down after saying he was gonna pin it up.
Yep.
And then months later, apologizing on YouTube, only mentioning the people that he was caught false flagging. Not any of the people that he didn't get caught false flagging, like the people that channels that got taken down, and I couldn't remember who those people were.
Well, yeah. But I mean, you did a video yourself where you showed how easy through just inspecting an element you can hide various elements.
Yeah.
So I mean, he had 30
and then I told
minutes.
What to do to prove, you know, to get some respect back.
Yeah.
Rather than block me.
But yeah, no. So I mean, like, I remember he took some responsibility, but it was in that not really. Like, I was really upset, and my life was but yeah,
Bro, trying to prove that he really got fucking boulders, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, that rock picture. Those are river rocks. Like, when Trez brought that up earlier, I'm just like, we're not in his imagination, Trez. It's okay. We're well, I mean, okay, I can see a boulder being something about the size of a cannonball or maybe a little smaller. Yeah,
but didn't we see the grass around those rocks that he took a picture of?
Those are river rocks. The way you can tell that they're river rocks is that they're water sanded. They're smooth. You know, they're not jagged at all. That's why that's a particular size of rock, because if it's bigger than that, it tends to get cut down. Like that's where you'll actually get whitewater, is because it's going over something bigger. But those little itty bitty river rocks, like, that's not a boulder. Like, bouldering, like, that's something we do around here. I know the term, boulder hunt. Like, I've done that before. You go out to, like, road construction, you grab a bunch of limestone or sandstone, so that way you can hem in, like, a garden that you're doing. Like, demarc, a path and not pay a couple $1,000 for fucking sandstone, because it's all over the place out here. But still, like, no, those are little itty bitty rocks. Like, you can go down to a creek and get those. What are you doing? Like,
still of the level of all the lies that your ass could have come up with. Boulders is the first thing that popped in your motherfucking head.
well,
He went out with his infant daughter to get boulders.
That made the most sense to me, believe it or not. Like, it was so absurd it made sense, and it's a thing out here. No, I'm serious. Like, it is so unbelievable that you would not come up with that unless that was what you were doing. And that's exactly what people around here do in the suburbs. Like, that's why most of the gardens out here are lined in sandstone or limestone. You know, with footpaths and shit, because you'll go out on a weekend and you'll go through like highway construction and shit and grab some big rocks, and most of the time the construction companies don't care because it's only going to be turned into gravel anyway.
Do it, but I'm doubting that at the time of night that this stream was going.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's something else too. Like I'm not commenting on that. I just heard that and I was like, okay, like there's been a couple of times where my folks, we went out and did such things. I make a weekend of it. Like, why else would you tell something so fucking retarded, though? Like, I can't figure that.
Yeah, activity 1, or question 1, why would you take your infant child? And then reason 2, if you're supposedly doing this activity, how the heck are you responding so much on Twitter to Ralph's tweets?
Yeah. Well, that would be family affair to question 1. So you have girlfriend and child there, and picnic and loading up car and making a day of it. For answer 1. Answer 2: why the hell are you on Twitter if you're out with your fucking family? I have no idea. Like the whole purpose of that is like going out, for the picnic of it. Like it's I don't understand the Twitter element. So like the whole thing falls apart under that questioning, but. Initially, it was like
8, 9 o'clock at night, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's fucking late too. But no, he's on Pacific time, so that'd be like 6. This is afternoon, summer afternoon at that. Well, fall afternoon at that.
Yeah, something like that. But even no, was it? I think Ralph was coming on at like close to midnight during that time.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. It's 8, 9 o'clock.
We're talking about what 6 in the evening for Matt?
Yeah, you should be home at that point and unloading the car. Like, you make a day of it, not spend the night out camping, fucking.
And the most egregious thing is that his response was right after they got back streaming again after being taken down, and immediately after they were taken down,
the do what now
response.
Tweets. Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You got his response of, I didn't do it. Motherfucker, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's terrible. What I do now, how do you know that you're talking about me? Why'd you follow the stream to the new channel? Like, what? Like, the Google alerts about your name? Like, that's... Oh, man.
Yeah, that was the first thing that alerted. He has Google alerts to his name.
Oh, my God.
That was the first thing he exposed him. So.
Is that like some higher end functionality or a pay service for that? Because I don't understand how that works. Like, how do you turn on an alert for your name? Is it with tag or title?
I think I've seen that somewhere in the I think you have to go dick around in the settings or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm passing curiosity because it makes no real sense. Like, it's so silly. Like, who is? Why would you need that level of constant reaffirmation? Is that the addiction that the Facebook, Twitter creator guys were LARPing about after they were done creating those, where they had several interviews where they were saying they were structuring this around dopamine hits to the brain so it becomes addictive? Like, is that what that is? Is that expression where you're just that tuned in to needing reaffirmation of someone talking to you? That you have that.
I don't know if it's a dopamine. I think it's kind of both of everything. Both monitoring praise to feed the ego, and also the criticisms.
I'm just all I gotta say is if you need that much dopamine, look, I know a guy. I can hook you up. Just quit with this bullshit.
Well, I mean, in that regard, it's cheaper in a way.
Yeah.
You're already, that's for things that you already have. But no, I'm having just a very hard time understanding why these people that for such a long period of time presented themselves as the keys to knowing the internet and how these things work have fallen victim to these very simple problems of, I know quite well what high-end game addiction feels like. I don't really want to go back to playing World of Warcraft like 22 hours a day for that experience. Thank you very much, but that was when it first came out. Holy shit, I'd never played a game like that. Oh my god, it was fantastic. That's like 16 years ago at this point, but like the was WoW release experience and cable internet gaming, because but still, like, I don't want to go back to that, but that's what I equate it to because of how they're acting, like just the insanity that I'm seeing. Like, I could be fucked to check Twitter. I don't. Like, you tried to get a hold of me on Twitter before and gotten upset with me for the fact that I just don't respond because I don't really care. I don't use it. Like, I'm trying to force myself to use it. If
I damn well don't use my damn Twitter account. Like, I have it. It exists. But that's about the extent of it.
Yeah.
Like, if you Google me, that'll at least come up. You'll see I have a Twitter account.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you would, like, it does seem to be both a vanity and it's like, are you guys know who Narcissa White is? White? You guys know who that is? Okay, so this is going to take a second because there's a little bit of lore on this fucking lovely little piece of work. So, Narcissa Wright used to be top of the game for speedruns, specifically in the Zelda market, to the point where at the time when G was still he, and that's where I'm going to this story, they were known as Cosmo, and like they still have high-end world records. Like, anyway, their life went to crap. There's a conspiracy theory that it was because they were on Soylent, and that's a soy product, but they do the same kind of thing where they are just absolutely engaged to an unhealthy level, and they were from the time of spiraling out of control as Cosmo, to where they're constantly checking every little thing said about them everywhere. And that's why I equate it to like high-end World of Warcraft addiction at 22 hours a day. Like, that was a shit like 6 months ago. That was not fun. Upon review, I don't want to ever do that again. But at the time, it was absolutely engaging. It was probably the best experience at that moment at that time. And I kind of at this point understand drug addict like explanations a bit better. Not specifically like what they are doing, but more like them saying how it rules your life. Because I could not imagine what I was going to see next, and I cared more about what I was doing in this fantasy universe than anything else. And like, that is not a good view. But Narcissa started doing that with social media, and they quickly went from Cosmo to Narcissa, and they're still active online. Hell, they're on StreamMe actually now currently, because that's the only place where they can get streamed. And oh my dear lord, like they are not happy about like Ralph Retort and Medicare and the rest of us coming over here. Basically, they're pretty fucking pissed off about it, because him and a couple other absolute wingbats that stream for 18 hours a day on this site are kind of annoyed because of the monetary incentives going away. But that's a slightly different aside. But this is why.
Oh no, I know exactly what you mean. It's like the whole and I'm pretty sure he's probably swung by here anyway. Kitty Style was not happy with a lot of people coming over here because he was always
Swedish dude, right? That's the other one? That's
the
Swedish dude. Right. I could not remember his handle. That's where I was getting lost. I was like, well, maybe Old Man Peeps would know what it was. And I took a hit and he said it. It was fucking glorious. hilarious. Anyway, sorry. Tries, go ahead. Kitty style.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
he's sat #1 for like ages.
Yeah, yeah. He has something going on with like Kiwi Farms, and the fact that Kiwi Farms actually is doing content creation now, so that's something you should know. They're streaming weekly to sometimes daily on YouTube and on StreamMe, and it is the owner of the forum doing forum presentations from what I've seen, and they are goddamn hilarious. Much like internet historians' take on Chris Chan, if you've ever seen that. So,
need to watch.
It's pretty good content as long as you got some time to sit, because a lot of it is reading of the forum information and like what's posted when and by who and how this relates to this. So I mean it's very narrative, and it's not your standard sort of stream that people have come to be settled for with either conversation stream like what we're having, or video presentation with etc.
As long as it's kind of like an audio style, like audiobooks, but like an audio style, like mapping through the craziness of that forum. I'm
glorious.
down.
Yeah, I don't watch it. It's one of my audiobook classification streams where I like typically if I weren't live streaming with you guys and talking right now, that's probably what the type of content I'd be listening to, because I want to sit and do something mildly gameristic, but I don't want to go crazy, so Path of Exile time, and then I turn that on. It's same thing like listening to a book reading, because it's like this was posted this, and this happened here, and this is when this happened, and that's why I compared it to Internet Historian, because it has the same feel to it. There are video elements, so if you watch it, it is probably a better presentation if you like that, but you can completely listen to it without missing anything. Like I said, most of it is him reading what's posted in the forums itself. So it's like, this is when this person made this post, and this post reaches at such, and this is, not necessarily that dry, but, it is the exact verbatim posting that, and timestamp, etc., etc. And it's goddamn hilarious. It is goddamn fucking hilarious. Like, Narcissa Wright was something I knew about because of Cosmo. Because Cosmo was someone to follow. His streams were fucking entertaining. The guy was a very good speedrunner. Like, it was awesome stuff. And I'm a gamer, like that's what I love. That's why I shit around on the internet on it, right? So that's his thing. And then he just goes fucking nuts. And I'm seeing Sargon and Matt doing the same shit. And Kiwi Farms just did a video on Narcissa Wright, and oh my god, some of the drama I fucking forgot. And it is just a trip down psychotic memory lane. It's fucking glorious. Highly recommended. I was lost for a couple days on just catching up on their content, because they do at least once a week. And there's a couple of times where they've had like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 days in a row. And they have active, open Discord, etc., etc. I mean, just for comedy, it's fun to check out too, because that is pretty new. It's also here, so since you're streaming here, it would that is also direct community engagement as well. I've been rambling. I'm going to shut up. Someone else talk for a minute, please.
No, you're fine.
No, fine.
I mean, you damn well keep dead air from coming up, right?
Well, it is a problem, because I can just monologue and expound for way too long. And
honestly, I stepped away for a second to use the bathroom, so I didn't get it.
Thanks,
damn.
dude.
Way to confirm it.
Yeah. Ouch. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, no, I appreciate it, because like when you talk, I'm like, dude, I feel like I imagine your parents like crammed encyclopedias into your skull directly, just like yeah.
What?
I mean, your wealth of knowledge and information.
Okay. I will tell you what it is. All right, it is sort of that, Trez. One of the very good things that my parents left me with was the fact that it was rammed home that the most successful creatures throughout history are those that don't have a niche. But that active, jack of all trades niche list classification is what equals survival, and I have tried to follow that forever. So that means that you try to gather as much information about anything and everything all the time. Because who knows when this particular niche is going to explode and be gone. And suddenly this whole evolutionary safe venture is over with. I mean, we're human. The things go in and out of phase very quickly for us. We're not nearly as solid as a geologic time. We are very capricious creatures.
Well, and I agree. Was it? I looked into again. I have to reference him a lot because I love watching his channel. Tim Pool. He had brought up an article, and I did some more digging, and they were talking about Generation Z, Z, if you will.
Yep.
And not only are they shown to be more conservative, but they are more of the try to be the entrepreneurial types, self-made. So they're not. Oh, what the fuck! It's been a minute. I've been watching too much other shit lately. My brain's starting to get fried. But it's like, like he's explaining the difference between Generation Z and millennials. Like millennials are looking for a handout. They need the social media dopamine just for entertainment, whereas like more Z is doing the whole on the ground journalism, spinning, not going to colleges. I think they're reshaping the way that they're gonna do things. Like even the YouTube is not as popular as it used to be. Now it's being pushed and promoted as TikTok.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's like Generation Z is dominating TikTok.
Yep.
I mean, the big reason for that is that they're the next generation after us, the millennial generation. So they're seeing the shortcomings of our generation and are steering away from that. From the boomer generation. That was for us.
And naturally, in response, who did a hit piece? Was it the HuffPost? Yeah, they're trying to do it with TikTok.
Yeah.
A lot of good build.
And why? Because with...
Sorry, go ahead.
So like a little bit of why is because they're going back to the general, like what's funny and what is funny. It would be the making fun of fat people, or making fun of people who do these stupid makeover videos.
Well,
all the shit that the millennials try to say is not funny, they're saying yes, it is funny.
Well, you can't see. This is the thing about this that gets me. I'd heard about TikTok from the fact that it is currently being targeted as the next, to die up and coming media platform because it's too popular.
It's being advertised hard by fucking YouTube though.
Yeah. Well,
interesting.
Yeah, but because the general presentation I got was the fact that since they had buried their user settings in backwards, that it wasn't automatically set up. It was set up for maximum interaction as opposed to maximum security. That somehow it needed to be purged. I didn't really know much about it. So I know that it's something for like video, like peer-to-peer duetting shit, like where like you upload a video and then someone can response video to it. Well, I didn't realize that they were actually doing any substantive content.
Oh yeah, no, like they'd make with TikTok's platform side is they don't want you to upload. You can't upload long duration videos. That's not something to make you views or money. It's the short, quick ones. And what people are mostly watching is shit like what was it? Like somebody was singing to a song and they parried it to where it was like a bitch get back into the kitchen. and the girl's like singing the song, and the next thing you know, she's like in the kitchen. So, and that's what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to Generation Z, it's back to reclaiming the, like disestablishing themselves away from the millennial ideology,
Yeah.
and more to the I'll say more for think for themselves.
Well, that's a good thing, though. I mean, realistically. No,
I mean, it's
I'm being
partially what. Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying, I'm being serious. So, like, that is a problem with the millennial generation. It's not so much that
it's like
that they don't think for themselves. It's more to the fact that they are so they need so much affirmation that they bend themselves to what is currently popular. It's a different kind of thing because they will think, but they desire more of that like reaffirmation. Maybe I'm not expressing it well. Maybe I'm fucking it up.
Well, I have to disagree with you a little bit on there. I think when it comes to the millennials, they were more of the they don't think for themselves.
it's not like they didn't advocate for it. In fact, for our generation, the thought process had always been to encourage self-thinking. However, in practice, that has not been what has been coming about from the majority of the generation in in response to events as well as new. They just thinking for yourself and bringing up your own opinion has been greatly disadvantaged, discouraged.
I agree. Yeah.
Than even in further generations back.
Well, what was it? I probably. Wouldn't you say though that the '80s? I remember the '80s generation was the biggest push of if you want to make it anywhere in life, if you want to be successful, you have to go to college.
Yeah, no, and see that's one of the things. Like, I was born in 1980, so I'm in that generation Y of I get moved around determining on who's saying what the generation is for their particular little chat. So normally I'm in the millennial generation because they just started at 80 and cap it at 2000 because there just wasn't any birth from 78 to 83 really, or just it's a dead zone. But in my particular thing, like the college was heavily pushed growing up because that was how you were going to get that degree to get it to higher, because the big push at the time in the 80s, for college was you needed higher end mathematics and computers were coming. Like this is part of where like the gamerness in me comes from because I've had a computer. My first computer was a Tandy TX1000. That's one of the first desktop machines that was ever brought to the market. It was it ran off the Tandy OS, and it was a prelude to Windows 3.1. It was a little bit more than Microsoft DOS shell, but it had a GUI, and you could use a mouse. It had like, a 4 to sometimes 8-bit paint program, a glass typewriter, which meant no spell check. You could just type words and you gobbledygook on it, and it would print. But I mean, like, we had one of those, so like that's why you needed college. And every story, like, from the romantic comedies to the teen movies, all of that shit was gearing you up for college and what college was going to be. It's part of why PCU so crystallized itself for me, because I was right at the right age. I think I was 18 or 19, because it came out in 99, I believe, was when PCU came out. And that movie was the very first counterculture to college movie I had seen, because of everything that you had gotten growing up through the culture. From my experience, anecdotal experiences that is, but that's mine. Sorry, anyway, to answer your question, Travis.
But yeah, like we were the generation that was pushed of you need to go to college if you want to be successful. If you want to be successful, if you want to have, if you don't have to worry about poverty or being poor or on the streets, whatever, you need to go to college.
Get married.
Well, it's generation. it's Generation Z that where they don't they don't hold that same belief. You know, you're starting to see more of that younger. They're bringing back young entrepreneurs again. You know, back in the day, um, like our parents' generation, grandparents' generation, you had kids that would have their own little small businesses, especially like in the country parts. Well, the kids of now are doing something similar to that, but applying social technology, social media with it. So,
So I got like 30 minutes on
go to work or go to sleep.
work.
Ah, damn. And also, so was it to back up that info? What they say, the enrollment rate has dropped significantly across the U.S. Like, first it was the controversial colleges like Mizzou and E something Evergreen.
Yeah, no, I have a story about Mizzou when after you make your point, Trez. Because I don't know if she's heard this ridiculousness or not, but please continue. Oh my god.
Oh, no,
This
that's pretty much it.
Some,
But it's just
some
like, yeah.
Fergie glory. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay.
Go ahead, man, go ahead.
So the newest story out of Mizzou, according to the Missouri Title IX office, and I can give you the link if you want. This shit's it's fucking glorious. There is something now where if you are taller than someone else, that does give you power over them by default. So therefore,
Oh my god, I think yeah.
Oh yeah.
I read this shit live. I read this whole article live because I could not believe this fucking Spurgy bullshit. But yeah, if you are taller than someone, so 85% of the male population is taller than 90% of the female population by default. Okay, that's biological fact. I'm sorry, ladies. Fuck your feelings. This is just fact. Men are taller. Okay? So that means that the majority of men that are somehow like always in Rapeyville land over women. Thank you, Title IX. What the fuck? I couldn't believe this shit. So yeah, I believe that you don't want to go to that crap. Sure, like if I was 18 right now, I would not want to go to college. That sounds ridiculous. Why the hell would I want to go there? They're gonna fuck my life up.
I tried it for
Hey,
like
man,
a
you
year.
get
And I
brainwashed into
realized it wasn't for
shit.
me.
What's that?
I said, pay him all that money to fucking be brainwashed.
Oh yeah,
Right, too
like,
much.
Stupid shit.
yeah,
I wouldn't pay for that.
I got my loans paid back eventually. Like that was done like 7 years ago, amusingly enough. But yeah, it took a good decade after I was actually out to even start making a dent into the principal, and that's before like shit got real crazy. And I went to a trade school. Yeah, goodness gracious, man, like, oof. There's not a lot of good incentives for that. It makes sense of what they're doing, and it's actually good that they're being entrepreneurs, because I did another stream where I brought this up with you on stream as well when we were going through the actual quarterly job numbers, and it was like 1 million men ages like I think it was 20 through 38 or some shit were just willfully out of work. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
That was when I got kicked off fucking Twitch.
yeah, that was
What?
the stream. Yeah, oh god, yeah, no, this costume is
Oh, you didn't
Twitch
know about
privileges. Yeah,
Yeah, right after that. Not right after that. It was like
it was the stream, dude. They
after
turned
that.
your sound off
Yeah,
mid-stream because you
We
commented
were talking
on
about
it.
this like in the stream, and then all of a sudden my Twitch went down. I'm like, I'm not streaming anymore. I'm still streaming on StreamMe, but I'm not streaming on Twitch. So I checked my Twitch, and I wouldn't let me stream again. And I checked my my video, the recorded video, and all the videos I had that month, and they were all silenced and flagged with copyright. I never played music on my streams. I never played any type of music or had any type of copyright shit on my stream.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And talked to a few friends. I'm like, oh shit, I'm booted off of Twitch. Didn't even have the courtesy to send me a goddamn email and nothing. Just deflected me.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, that article and conversation got him fucking kicked off. Like, and that is deplatforming.
One day Matt is walking across the screen.
Oh, is he now? With his boulder. With his boulder.
How did I know? I was like, let me guess. I was like, I saw a ring, and I was like, I bet you it's midget wrestling.
I don't know, that midget bowling really got me. I was expecting an actual sport. I wasn't expecting some jackassery. Like, what the fuck was that? It happened at a great time, too. Like, I was having a bit of an emotional quandary over just the fucking spurginess of this new year. Like, it was fucking great for giggles. Oh my god, so many giggles.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Kidnap. This one's got a nappy on.
Oh no. Well, I am currently, because of the way the new master shit's done, I got my high-end character rerunning. I started off at the very first map on map 1 and then rerunning all of the base game. Oh yeah, because there's all kinds of new shit. It's my 98 character who's still not caught up to you. I haven't gone up a single percentile yet because I'm.
Oh, you got your girl back?
I'm only 90.
Yes.
You're 8 ahead of me then.
No, I'm 89 then. I thought you were whatever. I'm at 89. I'm a level below you still.
Oh no, I'm still 90.
Okay, I'm still a level below you then. Chill. I'm going back for the new shit they have.
No, I'm chill. I don't care.
Yeah, sure you don't.
I want someone to get to 100.
Yeah, well, I was trying to for a minute, and then they redid all the masters. Yeah, but they redid the entire game. Like this part's been kind of fun. The old Forsaken Masters are gone. According to the lore, they have no idea where they went. They disappeared during this great calamity event that just occurred. So, you know, the only one left is Zana, and Zana's storyline is to look for them on the Atlas, which I haven't got to yet. And there's still the base Atlas shit for me to do, so I still got a lot of the game to actually finish off. And it's also fun while we're chatting.
That was pretty sweet. I just threw a sock over the shoulder. Boom. Landed right in the trash can. That was awesome.
Nice.
Way to go.
It's the little joys, I'd say. It's the little joys.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that. That does make the world go around. It really does. You can't have epic things all the time, or else then nothing would be epic. Isn't that the line from The Incredibles 1 from Sinistraro, or whatever the hell his name is? I'm gonna make everyone special so no one is.
Your guess is good as mine. I don't even remember that movie anymore.
What? God.
Yeah.
Whatever.
My brain. Okay, so here's how my brain works. If I find something new and exciting, then I have to make room for it. And which I was like, all right, I need to find some useless shit to push out the way. It's like, okay, this movie from Disney. Okay, it wasn't that great. All right, let's chuck it.
See, I wish
I've got about an hour left, and then I've got to get myself ready to go to the Cairo. Okay. So after the Cairo, then I'll come back and probably continue.
Cairo. Say Cairo.
Cairo.
Thank you very much.
The chiropractor. Why?
Chiropractor. Yeah.
So you don't say Cairo.
The Cairo, or well, mostly we say the chiropractor. We say the whole word.
It has been a little over a week since the Black Storm.
Why?
Most of us are not lazy.
That's what it's called.
The Bobby.
Y'all sure like to add O to a lot of things. Where are you going? To the car to the Cairo. What do you need? Some physio. Oh, what do you got? Oh, this is me, doggo. Who you talking? It's like, oh, were you on the phone? Yeah, I was having a convo.
Yeah, like, it's easier. Excellent. So the list is showing up a little bit more frequently now. It's transparent.
Guide in Australian conversations. Whatever you're saying, just add O at the end. You're good.
Okay,
Righto, today.
Righto.
Y'all.
Y'all happens sometimes. I'm guilty of y'all, so I can't disavow that. I say that from time to time.
What
it's like what y'all doing over there?
Want me to say?
What?
You're from
I remember y'all. But there's a few other things that I wasn't meant to say.
No, okay. First, Suit should not say yo. And then the way you say y'all, you sound like a cat meowing. Y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah, that's all.
You gotta make it more mumble mouthy because you're just lazy at that point. You're like, what y'all doing?
Y'all. What y'all going?
It's a combination between the accent, the deep voice, and him trying to say
y'all. Yo, Trez, what's up? Yo. Yo. Now, there was a few phrases, ghetto phrases that didn't sound right. Me saying, I never say that.
Hang on. Later, Peter. Down to play some Super Mario Brothers. Let's see. Trying to remember some
Super
phrases.
Mario is more important than me. How dare you? I'm gonna
Super Mario. Oh.
Super Mario.
Oh man, I'm trying to let's see. There's yo, y'all. Oh, I'd have to think. Like I don't speak ghetto.
Oh. Wow.
I do.
Yo.
Wow.
What do we got here? Let's see.
What up?
Yeah, don't say. Oh, please, yeah. That's what I was like. Don't do what up. You can say what's up, but not what up.
Okay. What about sup?
What up?
No. What
What
about
up,
sup?
yo?
I typed that a lot. SUP. Sup. I'm lazy.
Sup is fine.
Okay. SUP is
No.
fine.
So you can type it, and Miastra, you're fine saying it. Suit can't say sup.
Okay. All right, I see. So this is a special suit privilege. This is why you're standing behind him yelling. Okay.
What up?
No. It's also like
What
it's
up?
like no. I'm trying to help him out. Be like, stop, Suit. No.
What up, y'all?
Oh God! Please don't say y'all. You can't do it. No, don't do that. Not that.
It's
please.
not.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay.
To get a man trying to sound young. That's what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay, Suit. Say, be easy.
Be easy.
Oh.
Fucking
Okay. Now I feel bad. I feel like we
That
make the
was
awesome
kind
say.
of
I feel like
oh my God! It was pretty funny. Man, like that one I haven't heard in a while. Beezy, like that one. Wow.
Easy.
Yeah, Beezy.
Yeah, it's just like when you say goodbye to some people, you don't instead of saying like, oh bye, we just say be easy.
Well, no,
What up, yo?
Beezy.
Be easy.
Beezy,
No,
not
it's
be
okay.
easy.
Instead of saying goodbye, you say be easy.
No, I
like
say
you're
that.
leaving. Like,
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah.
But
Beezy.
I've heard Beezy. Yeah, Beezy
Yeah,
is separate from Be
Yeah.
Easy. Like,
well,
I've
no, we
heard
say
Beezy, and
be
that's a
easy,
cringe
and
one
then
too.
if you text it, you short it to BZ.
G'day, Sergeant Snuggles.
Oh,
Easy sneezy. Lemon
Oh.
squeezy, easy peasy.
Oh, okay. Suit, say deuces.
Deuces. What up, yo? Easy, bruh.
Okay, we don't do the
Another one,
bra.
Yeah,
We don't say bra.
Bruh.
Yeah,
What's up,
no,
bruh?
Bra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
that's a joke, dude. That's a joke. I've never seen that out in the wild. I don't believe that's more than a joke. When I meet it out in the wild, that'll be a moment. When someone actually is like, "How you doing, bruh?" And I'm like, just buying my groceries or some shit. Like, what? Wait, what? It's real?
Okay. Brace yourself, Prince. All right, Suit, say holla at me.
All right.
Wait. Stop. Prince started laughing too soon. Say it again, Suit.
Holler at me. Holler at me.
Yo.
I knew exactly what it was gonna sound like.
Oh, good grief.
In it blood. In it blood.
Oh, let's see. Over here we got in the blood.
Holler at me.
Oh god, that was funny.
Yeah, nah, yo. What up, yo?
Oh, what
Nah.
up, y'all?
I feel like right now.
You say, nah, so you have to say, what up, Wody?
Oh please, yes.
Yeah, say, what up, Wody? What up, Wody?
What up, Wody? Here for your entertainment. Holler at me.
Oh no, okay. What was it? What shizzle nizzle?
My shizzle nizzle. Shizzle my nizzle.
Ooh. Okay, this is the one actually I find so freaking annoying. It came from DC. For real.
Oh,
For real. Like it's like instead of saying
For real,
really
like,
to
for
make it
real.
intense, you say it for real, and then
for
you
real.
say for real again. For real.
For real,
that
for real?
came from
For real, yo. All right.
Nah, that's it started in DC, dude, and it just like extended out.
Yeah.
Oh, it annoyed.
For real?
I was like, oh my god, I hated hearing it, and then I started hearing it in Atlanta, and
Holler at me, Peter. Only 15 shekels. For real?
For real. Why would
Dude, this is seriously like
why the repeat? Why I'm lost.
Yeah, no, I found it stupid too, but it's to intensify like, you know, whatever you're saying, like instead of just being like, oh, for real, like for real, like, are you serious?
Is it for real, or just for real?
No, it's both. It's for real.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I feel like it's like, you know, it's when you're at a family reunion, you got that one uncle that's trying to be cool, so you like I feel like we're doing a suit right now.
Like I said, I know
No,
this
for fake real.
it would be interesting to see the comparison.
For real.
For real. I never heard it for real. Like it's always been for real.
Yeah.
For real.
That's always what I heard too.
Like no, Peter says he's heard for real.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Just in time. Okay.
You know them. For real,
All right,
for
yo,
real, or just for real.
Me and Prince, we messed with Suit. We taught him some more ghetto words that he shouldn't say, but you know he's gonna say it now.
What up, yo? Holler at me, Nolan.
Now, Sue. Now you gotta say, hey, whoa. Like, call somebody, hey, whoa.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
He's like, oh, yo, I think I need to
Oh,
leave.
no, you didn't.
No, we can't teach you the chick stuff.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Okay, I guess he wants to learn the female ghetto phrases.
That's
All
on
right.
you. I got that one.
Yeah. All right, now, Suit, listen to me very carefully.
It's for my transition.
Proper.
On this
Hold my
this is the
earrings.
plateau of Verusi, 1334 ice.
What the fuck? Is that English?
Hold my earrings.
Free or free.
I
Is that like hold my
said,
beer? Hold my earrings?
no, you can't say hold my earrings. You gotta say
No, you
hold
got
my
your
earrings.
Hold my earrings.
But that's what it is, isn't it? It's like,
Yes.
hold my earrings, I'm going to go fight.
Yes.
Hold my beer, I'm going to go fight.
Right.
Yeah.
What about hold my weave?
We don't know. It's not hold
No,
my earrings.
no.
It's hold my earrings.
Do you have your real hair or do you wear weaves?
No, I don't put weaves in my hair anymore. It's it costs too much. Honestly.
Most people now wear tracks, right? They get real hair.
No, I jumped on.
Hold my earrings.
No, I jumped onto the natural trend where it's just
Yeah.
all my hair, no chemicals.
Like, I know a lot of women get Brazilian hair, which is expensive as fuck.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh no, okay, Suit, you
Yeah,
gotta say
back
it
in time now.
exact. No. I had Suit. You gotta say it exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay. Oh hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my.
For slowly turning
Oh, hell
to
no.
a bad black woman.
Like there's a little bit of country accent. It's good.
Oh, hell no.
Sis gonna walk around.
Oh, cunt, no.
Trev is mean.
Holler at me.
Alright, so was it Suit when you roll when you dip out from your spot, you're gonna roll in your whip, right?
What did you just say?
What?
I could. What the hell?
Alright. When you dip out, when you leave your house. Okay. When you roll up to the spot, you go to your location. You gonna be in your whip, right? You're taking your car.
Wow.
Why is your car a whip?
Dude.
A whip, cause like when you
Sleep,
the way you
welcome
turn
back,
it,
Rick.
when you that how you turn your vehicle, you're supposed to like make tight turns, so it's whipping your car. Whip.
All right.
Okay. Weird.
I'm lost. I'm just nodding my head, going, "Sure, if you say so." Like, I've never heard
Also,
this
is
before.
funny. Ebonics
You
101.
dip out and I crack your whip.
Hey, look, you can't go nowhere without being strapped on.
I'll
Okay,
eat for real.
that's guns.
Right.
For real?
I've heard strapped in the
Oh,
wild.
no, you
so I know
didn't.
what that is.
Yeah. Oh, so you strap? What's your piece?
Oh,
There is a fucking gun thing. Do you have a gun? What type of gun?
Yes.
Right.
What gun do you have on you?
Hey, at least
bro, I'm gonna act so fucking nigga tough gangster, yo. Instead of just saying, what's your fucking gun?
Hey, at least it's an improvement. We used to call guns juice.
What?
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah, you remember that?
That was 80s. That was motherfuckers in the 80s said that shit.
No, that was late 80s though. Cause that was like Omar Epps was like just came onto the acting scene.
You some juice, bro. Oh no, you don't.
That's right, Suit
Get
pops
him
the
a bit of
knowledge.
firewall. Sam's raised 200.
Suit representing the AU.
In the AUO.
Nah, it's Nina Brent. Nah.
Yo, oh.
Suit Queensy.
Suit Queasy.
Well, you're from Queensland, so it'd be short like Queen. Like, who you repping? I'm repping the Queensy.
I thought you were going for you talking about Suit. Say crack. remember when that was the thing?
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
Okay. You're nuts. Holler at me, y'all.
Well, you're the one that's wanted to say all these slangs, so we're obliging with
I know, y'all.
I'm pretty sure a few of them are out of date, though. Quite a few, a couple of them are out of date.
But I'd say majority of the stuff that I know is out of date because I do not listen or talk to any of the shit of today.
But you still understand it all.
Some of a bit of it.
Is there any that's ever gotten you lost and you thought, what the
Well, Cog was showing a video of where this dude was holding a bar hostage. He was screaming stuff. He was screaming stuff at the police. And the slang that he was using, and plus the fact that I knew that he was from the South, so they some of their verbs or terms are different from mine. So yeah, I was like, I can't help you on that one. I was like, I translated a little bit. I was like, yeah, that one I don't know.
I probably would have known if I heard it. I don't remember the video though, so I probably wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, I don't think you were there that day. But yeah, there was a few times I had to be the Blackanese interpreter for the show.
Blackanese.
I know New Orleans niggas, they run into stick and it's some shit you won't hear anywhere else in the country.
Not to mention that they're fucking Creole background too, so they'll mix French in there.
Yeah.
Oof.
So teach us some Australian euphemisms again? Nah, yeah, no.
Nah. Yeah, nah, come.
Although that was too funny. I was actually thinking about starting a thing when I used to send super chats, Streamlabs. I used to throw in Australian pickup lines to make them read them. What was it? It was like, let's look like, are you single? Because you meet all of my qualifications.
Yes, so.
Oh, that's no. What was that? No. God damn.
All right. Dude, what's a real Australian pickup line? No.
Bend over.
Oh no. Oh, there was a stand-up comedian. It fucking happened, cracking up. So like, they talk about the difference between when you're doing different audiences. So if you have a female a performer on stage in front of an Aussie crowd, and they start to heckle, like they'll say, "Show us your tits," because Australians are about they're about sharing, like not just show. It's like, but America, they're a bit more selfish. So it's like, show me your tits.
Show us your tits, yeah.
And I forgot what he said about the UK people, but it was different too. But yeah, that cracked me up. Australia is like, we're all about sharing. It's like, show us your tits.
True.
But alas, y'all, I actually got to shut it down, go to bed, got work in the morning.
Right.
Alrighty.
Oh shit, it's 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Holy crap, we've been talking for hours. God damn.
But it's been real.
Us.
Been a pleasure. Good to talk to you guys again. Glad things are squared away. Y'all.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow as well, because, like I said, I gotta go off to work, so I'll see you guys.
Yep, be good.
And,
later.
Yeah, so I'll be back for the stream at 9 o'clock.
Yep, 9 o'clock.
Right.
Yep.
I'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, take care.